Ready? Hi, this is Osiris with Ankh Entertainment and Stones in the Color of Rare blog. And I have the incredible, amazing pleasure of interviewing Mr. Sam, F-E-U-E-R, but pronounced Sam Foyer, and Mr. Richard Harding, his partner in crime. And they have done a movie that is amazing. You have to see it, and it's called The First Grader. So first of all, I read your story about kind of how you met, you know, and all of that, but I wanted to know, how did you two end up being together as a partner, a team to do the movie? Go ahead.
Oh, please. By all means.
Feel free to speak.
Well, Sam and I both, are part of Six Sense Productions. I'm president and CEO of Six Sense, and Sam and I are partners at the company. And Sam had read an article in the LA Times about the first grader going to school for the first time in his life, called me about it, and we both decided to go out on that journey and make the film.
And after discovering this film, were you always active in your own country, or are you U.S. born or U.S. bound and you go back and forth to Sierra Leone, or did you go from Sierra Leone to the U.S.?
I was born in Sierra Leone. I came here when I was 9 months old.
Oh, okay, so you're a United States citizen.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay. That's important because a lot of people think that if people say they're from Sierra Leone, that they live there and they're just visiting.
Well,
but they're not.
He's a refugee.
You are a refugee?
I'm housing him. Right. Did you eat, by the way, today? Because
no,
I saw yesterday all day you felt guilty.
And you didn't eat?
Well, no, my father was an ambassador from Sierra Leone for about 30 years, so I traveled around the world with him.
Oh.
So he was an ambassador to the UN and then to the US for about 12 years. So when I say I came here at the age of 9 months, it was back then I came here for that purpose. And then my father ended up traveling to various different parts of the world, and I just followed along until it was time to go to college. And we came back here, and I went to UCLA.
Oh, good on you.
And I ended up in California in '89. I've been here since then.
Yeah, I like Cali.
Yeah,
I got here in '81.
Oh, lovely.
Why the first grader as a project? Why something like this kind of story?
Well, it was when I first read the article, it was everything about what you see in the movie that inspired us, both the education element, the fact that you had a positive story coming out of Africa, and something that didn't deal with genocide or AIDS or people being killed. It was something positive, and we felt it was very important to get that message across to the world, and the history as well. I mean, it's a part of history that a lot of people are not aware of, about the British and the colonization of Kenya, and even the Kenyans are not. I mean, it was just an amazing process making this movie and learning how much people did not actually know about the story. So
Now, I was interested in, I had no idea the Mau Mau. I was like, the Mau Mau? I mean, I haven't heard that probably since the 80s.
And when we did hear it in the 80s, we heard of them like terrorists, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like,
barbarians
what is he
in
doing with the
jungles
Mau Mau?
with
I was like, oh my gosh. So how did that affect you, to knowing that the character Maruge had been involved with the Mau Mau, and when he went into the room with the people, and he took off his shirt, he showed them all the scars and everything. They were like, so did that actually happen to the guy, where the British really did all that to the character?
Everything.
Because this is a true story based, of course, on a true story.
It's based on a true story, and I would say probably 99% of the things that actually happen in the movie
Are real.
are real.
Okay, so it's not like fabricated for Hollywood,
No.
which is what I love about independent film.
Yeah.
Even the kids rioting, everything happened.
Was
I mean, we had to tone it down a little bit. Instead of throwing cups and shoes like in the scene, they were throwing rocks, but those were the kind of minimal changes that we would have made.
And this was very active still while you were over there filming. I mean, you actually went over there and filmed, right?
Yeah, we did go over there and film. But, this had, when we filmed, it had already taken place.
So how did you capture some of those scenes and those moments to bring more life to the film? Or did you use clips of some sort that the government or the newspapers or somebody had?
You mean the flashback scenes?
Yeah. How did you get those?
We shot them.
Yeah, we created.
No, I mean, okay. I thought you went into the lives.
No. We recreated those scenes.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, those scenes were recreated.
Okay.
We did.
Okay.
And a lot of them went through asking the right questions and interviewing the old man, interviewing Jane Obinchu, and getting accurate description of the actual events that transpired.
Oh, okay.
And there are a lot of books too. I mean, there are a lot of books you can
Yeah, well, now, I mean, now that you've got my interest, I'm reading everything I can. I can't stop reading.
What's the big call that Anne did most of her research from? It was called Mau Mau or something?
I don't remember.
I was on the Wikipedia, and they have quite a bit of information on the Mau Mau.
Oh, they do.
Now, in this state, you have to understand things in Hollywood, people are kind of afraid of real revolutions and things like that, so they kind of try to water it down. But I was happy that you two really were not afraid to exercise the freedom of getting the real story. That's what makes it so vibrant. The actor. Now let me make sure I'm saying
Oliver
his name
Litondo.
right. Oliver Litondo.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Undiscovered Sidney
Powerful.
Poitier of Africa.
Ooh, I mean, you could feel the screen. It felt like you were there.
Yeah.
With him. His acting is so. What do you would say? It's vibrant, but it's encapturing, and you're enraptured in his whole. His whole aura is very enrapturing in the movie. How was it meeting him and working with him, and how did you get him to agree to do the story? Since he was I think it said he was a radio announcer.
Please, Oliver, please be in this movie.
Wasn't he a radio announcer or something? They said.
Oliver. He had done. He'd been an actor. He had also done radio, but then he was retired when we met him.
What, Oliver Musila Latondo.
Actually, he's going to be in Los Angeles this weekend because he won an AARP award and he was nominated for an NAACP award.
You think I can grab him? Can you set it up for me?
Okay.
I'd love to grab him, and I'll just put it all together.
Well, his wife's going to be with him, so I don't know about the grabbing.
Yeah.
No,
maybe like a light handhold,
Take him by one leg and give him to him. Osiris wants a piece of you while you're here in LA.
She wants to grab him.
That lady just grabbed my man.
Why does she want to grab me?
Oh no!
What is this grabbing?
Are they very?
Maybe like
my
tap on
wife.
the shoulder or a handhold might be okay. But the grabbing don't know so much about that.
I know in Africa, you're like, oh my god.
In Africa, you don't grab.
Like the American women, they're so free and they just grab other people's men. And I don't do that. I'm a
Well, I don't know. You want to grab the man.
Yeah, I tell you, he's pretty good looking too. Now, he's not 84, is he?
No, he's like
60 something.
So he's older than that. He was 70. He was born in 39.
Wow.
So how old is that? He was born in
39, 11, 9 from 11, 4, 2, 62, right? 72? 72.
73.
73, something like that, 72, 73. Oh my gosh. And so how did you get him to agree after retiring to come out of retirement and do a movie of this scale?
I don't think it was so much about convincing him. I think he really wanted
was
to do it. Once
waiting
he
for an
got word
opportunity.
about it, it was just we discovered him in the sense of like he wasn't on our roster of auditions, and then someone in the crew had pointed out there was a newscaster that we should check out as well, and they had to send word to his village to let him know that we wanted to audition him, and it took him about 4 hours to get there, and traveling alone from his village to where the auditions were being held. So, and Justin, our director, the moment he walked in the room, he knew that was it. That was Oliver.
Does a village equate to like a suburb in the States? Like or is it like a real authentic type village in that country?
It's a real authentic type of village.
Wow,
It's not like a
that's-
suburb in Los Angeles.
4 hours later, so how do they get around over there? I mean, do they get around like we do in cars or
taxis.
little mini? Oh, okay. So they do have
They have
taxis.
cars, taxis, and these little mini buses that they call matatus.
They have these things called legs also that they work.
We don't use it quite often in LA.
I do a lot. I walk a lot.
What,
You know
from
that
here?
song, Nobody Walks in LA? You ever
Yeah.
heard that song? I walk.
Well,
I know
I-
walking to Memphis.
Yeah.
I'll park far away just so I can walk. Because I just figure it's a part of my exercise regime.
Well, consider the
That's how I
fact you
stay.
parked right in front of the building. I'm not sure how
No.
far away that.
I park like way on the other
carried.
side. And I've carried all of this stuff across the street
She's
because
in
I wanted
Culver
to.
City, which reminds me, do you mind carrying the stuff back for me?
I'm like, could you? It's not heavy though. It's just awkward. It's not heavy. If it was heavy, I'd say, okay, you guys, but it's fine. Anyway, so going to now Miss Jane, the teacher. I love her. I did not know her name. The first time I saw her as an actress was in Ninja Assassin. I was like, she's gonna be good. Yeah, because they thought Zoe Saldana. I don't think it's she may be, but because she did Avatar and did so well, they tried to really switch her into a really action type, actress. on Columbiana, and she didn't do that well, or the movie didn't, fly as well. Maybe it wasn't strong marketing. I like the movie,
did okay.
and I think she did okay. But I'm saying they didn't really get a big push behind it. But this girl, Naomi Harris, she's really good. And 28 Days Later, she was off the chain.
Yeah.
She was good. How was it meeting?
She's also the next James Bond.
She plays Eve.
Is she?
Skyline.
Yeah.
Oh, see, they're pushing her. They're pushing her. See.
Yeah, the producers saw the first grader and thought she'd be great for her.
She's probably become one of my favorite actresses. And I don't know what it is about America, but they tend to love the British accents for some reason. Ricky Gervais, Simon Cowell, every time somebody comes over here from Britain, even Downtown Julie Brown, has been rehired by the Billboard magazine to do interviews. I'm like, they went and picked out Downtown Julie Brown. It's because it's an accent.
Different for the Americans.
It's very
sophisticated. It sounds posh, like
and
they know
it's
what they're talking
sexy,
about.
if
Sounds
someone's
patient,
saying the
it
same
sounds
thing.
elegant.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's not the same way on the other side.
What is it like on the other side?
Well, in other words, they're not hiring us over there to do their TV shows. Our accent doesn't seem as exciting, I guess. So.
Yeah, but you have color.
Yeah.
You have aura. You have all of that. The face, the hair, the whole look. You guys have that. It's just a matter of time. That's all. Trust me on these things.
We'll be the hosts of So You Think You Can Produce.
So you think you can produce movies, huh? Anyway, so now, the other thing I wanted to talk about are the children. I think I was crying in the theater. Those kids are so beautiful. I wanted to take them home.
Real kids. They go to that school.
And they had never done any acting or anything.
They'd never seen a camera before.
Oh my goodness. They were like, they need to be hired. And one of the little girls,
Agnes.
the really dark, with dark shirt, curly hair, real dark.
Oh,
and she was talking to him. And she was handing him the Agnes.
Yeah, with the leg, with the.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised that. No. If she was limping, I didn't look at her.
Are you talking about the
limping.
one that went up to him and told him that I will
Be a
take
doctor?
care of you?
Right, exactly her. That's
she
the
had a
character.
leg.
Yeah, Agnes. Yeah. Anyway, I'm surprised that nobody got her for a model. She reminds me of a young Iman. That really nice look, that very cover. Could
When
put
she
her on
grows,
the cover.
maybe. She's only in the 3rd grade.
Yeah, but she could be doing little kids model. Sears magazine.
But I went to Kenya when we went the first time to Kenya. There was so many gorgeous kids there that would be like supermodels.
They're beautiful. But I don't know.
The energy within also makes them even more beautiful.
Yes, and you could feel her spirit from beneath her skin on the camera. Which is the same thing that Latondo did for me. I was like totally. There was nobody else in the theater. That's how focused and how they drew you. You drew the audience.
You felt you were in Kenya.
Exactly. I felt that I was there with him. I felt the pain when the teacher said, and when she went up against the whole establishment. I really felt. Everybody felt that. So, what was it like working with children, giving them some sort of direction, and they've never been given direction, don't even know who Hollywood is, don't know anything. They're just kids on a movie and going, that kind of thing. How was it?
It was, it seemed a breeze.
Was it challenging?
It was challenging. I had a lot of challenges.
Like what?
First, Justin just went in there with this really, really small crew. Just him and the camera guy and Naomi, just to kind of, so they wouldn't be alarmed by having foreigners there. They kind of got used to them as time went by, and then he started bringing in the crew, and then they started shooting the movie, so they'd just be unaware of the camera. The only instruction he gave was just don't look into the camera. Just whatever you do, just don't look in the camera. And obviously we got bloopers and stuff like that. Them looking in the camera and smiling, and it's gorgeous. But yeah, Justin did an amazing job working with these kids. You had like 300 and something kids there.
Yeah,
did he?
There was quite a number
at
of
the
kids.
same time.
Well, yeah, at the same time. Because you had to have the school, and there were times where we brought in 2 schools together. And the interesting thing about that is that when we were first decided to make the film, we thought we were going to have to get kids from different parts of Africa. So I remember there was a time when we were in South Africa auditioning kids in South Africa for the film, and it's not until Justin got to this particular school that he said, you know what, why am I going around looking for kids when there's kids right here?
Exactly.
So let's just shoot these kids. And when he decided to do so, one of the things that he stated is that what we're going to do is that we're going to go in there a few weeks before, and instead of being part of a camera crew or a film crew, we're going to go in there as teachers. and start
Yeah.
teaching the kids.
That's a
That
warm way to get them
Exactly,
to
so they
trust.
could be familiarized with this new surroundings, because these are kids, you know, like Sam said earlier, that they'd never seen a camera before, they'd never seen a film before. None of them have ever seen a TV before,
I'm
or
sure,
a film.
in a village.
You know, exactly. So it was not until that particular point that, you know, the kids started to warm up to the crew and everybody else. And then it's kind of fun because, like, we always say sometimes that these kids never really had an idea of what was going on, even whilst we were filming and even afterwards, because during the time of filming, when Justin would yell, "Cut, it's time to go home," the kids would literally chase him down and say, Teacher Justin, you forgot to grade my papers today."
So they were like very unprogrammed.
Exactly.
So natural and raw and fresh, huh?
Exactly.
That's the kind of people you want on screen. Those are real actors right there.
And it's kind of interesting because, like, we went back last year in June to show the kids the film for the first time, you know, and we set it up in different classrooms, and we talk about it all the time, the fact that these kids have never seen a TV or a film before, and we just wanted to make sure at that time was also true, so we asked every class, have any of you guys seen a TV before or a movie? Not a single hand went up, and these were like about 300-400 kids at that time. You know, so just think about it for a second. You've never seen a TV before, never seen a film before, and the first film you see, you're in it.
How brilliant
You know?
is that?
I know, huh?
How
So it was
brilliant
really
is
good.
that?
It was
And you
really
had also, they were following Justin around with like a rock, and they were like imitating the cinematographer, like they were shooting their own movie. They were like doing this. You had the director and the cinematographer. It was-
That's called creativity when you don't have money to go and buy Hello Kitty products. How was it working with Justin? I know he's done quite a bit.
Yeah.
How was
Yeah,
it
he
working
did a lot of
with him?
TV, and he worked a lot with BBC. BBC gave him a start in
Yeah.
TV, and he's had a long career in TV.
And I like BBC.
then-
They're a little bit more flexible than over here.
They're flexible because they're about what goes on screen. They're about the quality of the picture.
Yeah,
and the story,
not like,
so
oh,
much
trying to be the latest.
glitter and the stars
Yeah.
and big budget movies. You know, so it's you get those quality stories from them.
Mm-hmm.
And were you asking about the
Justin.
Justin? Oh, Justin.
Yeah.
So he did the other Boleyn Girl, which was we thought was
I
really,
saw that.
really cool take on a period piece.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
we wanted something different for our movie, which was set in Africa, call it an African movie. We wanted something different that, not just your regular, just take a camera and shoot. So we knew that if we brought Justin on board, he'd bring a lot of freshness to that genre. So it was wonderful working with him. He was very young. He's young. He's our age. He's passionate. He's well, your age.
Well, you guys are only 25 years old. I thought you were like 25, 26.
24.
24. That's the way to go. Anyway, so, whoa.